Hi, my name is Tara Patterson, the founder of the Mom's Choice Awards, and we're here in New York City at Book Expo America with co-authors Janine Sherman and Mary Jo Rapini, and their book is Start Talking, 2009 Mom's Choice Award recipient. Tell us a little bit about the book. How did you guys come to do this together?
Go ahead, Jamie.
Well, we actually met at a social function, and she's a psychologist and I'm an OB-GYN nurse practitioner, and it was one of those things we didn't really want to be at anyway. And
they happen.
We started talking about things that we saw in our practice, and Mary Jo went on to do a TV show called The Mary Jo Show, and I would come on as a guest, and we decided that there were so many issues that moms and daughters were unaware of that we needed to make them aware of each other.
Okay.
And so we decided to write the book.
Wonderful. So Start Talking is a girl's guide for you and your mom about health, sex, and whatever. Tell us a little bit about how you...
Well, what was, I think, so great about the book is because Janine and I are close and because we both have daughters, it was easy for us to, like Janine would say, Mary Jo, what are you seeing? Ask some questions you're seeing in your office. And then we would start asking, and we'd both go, "Oh my God, our kids do that. Our kids do that."
Okay, so you
we
were
started
comparing.
answering, yes, answering the questions. And then as it became more involved, Janine and I both started finding more things that parents were asking that, we really were. It was phenomenal. We started using our own parents as the guide for what we were going to say, how we were going to answer, and we actually have scripts.
So
in
the
book.
parents that would come into your practices
Yes.
or your office.
Yes.
Okay.
And so
all
we
right.
kept telling them, Janine and I, there's going to be a book coming out pretty soon. And so when it came out, they're so excited because
Wonderful.
we script it for them. Like we script all kinds of things, like for what to say to your daughter's boyfriend if you don't like them, and
so
things
you
like
have
that.
very practical how-tos in here for all those different things that they
Right,
go through.
right.
Anything on technology?
A lot.
It's a big one.
You mean like on
I just mean,
cyberbullying,
like
Facebook?
texting. Yeah, sure, all
Yes.
of that kind of stuff. You
That-
cover
that's
all
all
that. That's an
covered.
important part.
Yes,
I'll tell you.
it is.
What I've seen, my son will be 12 on Sunday, and what I've seen, most of anything is, of course, the texting, but the girls and some of the aggressiveness
Yes.
with that and the behavior. And it's really, I don't think we dealt with this stuff ever.
Yes.
But if anything, it was much later in high school.
Right.
I've seen some really interesting things. So you guys do cover all of that in
We
the
do
book, 'cause that's
cover
a
that,
big
and we
issue.
really try to get girls to find passions about their life and remind them that at 13, a
Yes.
boyfriend isn't what's going to make you happy.
Exactly.
You have
Yep.
to find your inner happiness, and we want you to, really become the person you want to be
Yeah.
before you start into a relationship with someone else.
That's a wonderful
And,
piece of advice.
Passion
yeah.
is a big thing, and learning who you are is also so
Absolutely.
important at this
Well, yeah,
age.
my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and that was her passion. But when we were grown up and we went out on our own, what's next? And I know a lot of people have had that same question.
Exactly.
So, and I also think that until somebody is fully developed into who they are, they don't bring their full self to it.
Right.
Have you seen that? So
Absolutely.
developing their passion early is
Absolutely.
wonderful.
Exactly.
And what I see in an OB-GYN practice is that young girls are doing things because they think that's going to make them feel good, and they may for the moment be happy that they, have made out with a boy or something, but long term, it's just not a good choice. And we talk about that emotionally and intellectually,
Right.
they're not equipped. And you
right.
have to have those conversations because they are going to have urges, because there are going to be hormones.
Hormones, exactly. And
Yes.
have you found that for a lot of girls or for a lot of parents, they don't talk to them about this?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the whole book
absolutely.
is based on if you start talking, just start the dialogue,
Yeah.
use opportunities, make a date, go, look at the news when it's on the news, ask your daughter how she feels about it, and because many parents are just so timid talking about
agreed.
sex, and so if you use any opportunity you see in the media or
absolutely.
in a book,
Yep.
just start saying, how would you feel about that, or how do you think, and they'll start talking about third party easier than first
Well,
person.
and recently that you say, bring it up in the media, there's been a lot of conversation and talk about sexting. And it's a big
Exactly.
issue. And I use
Exactly.
that as an opportunity to discuss it with my son.
Wonderful.
Look, you have a cell phone, you're at that age, you guys might all be together and somebody may dare you to do something,
Right.
but you gotta know that there are serious consequences for that. You
Yeah.
cannot fall a victim to, oh, I dare you to do that.
Right.
So, and I think it's talk about it often,
Yes.
whenever you can, bring it up. And I think a lot of parents, because at first I was even like, well, do I bring it up? Of course I do.
Yes.
It's on the news. I've got to talk about
It's
that. You know?
exactly like you wouldn't put a hungry child in a room full of M&Ms and say, make a good choice for me.
That's a good point.
It's their body, and they are going to feel things like they do hunger, and you want them to understand what that means and how to use that appropriately and how to make
Absolutely.
healthy, good choices.
Definitely.
And other things that are in the book besides the sex and the texting, it's like, what are choices I need to make to stay healthy? As basic as you need to get calcium because your bones are growing.
Absolutely.
And when do you need to go switch from a pediatrician to a gynecologist?
Practical questions,
Very
practical
practical.
answers, you betcha. All
Right.
those things that pop up for all of us. We
Right.
all deal with all of these
Well,
different
in a
issues.
lot of things that Janine was instrumental in the book is she was very good about making diagrams, explaining exactly how the woman's body works because
No, the doctor,
most-
the OB-GYN.
I know most women don't know.
No.
And how do they teach their daughters? They
Right.
don't even know what their own body parts
That's
are.
a really good
So,
point.
And I think women
Practical.
shy away from the conversation because they're not really sure what to say. And so, I recommend that the book be bought when your child is about 9 for the mom, for them to sort of thumb through it and begin to really understand how their body works because most women don't
Well,
know.
the tween years are also showing an increase in things happening sooner than they used to. So
Exactly.
you're right. Even sometimes as early as 8, you
Right.
start to see those hormones spiking.
Right.
So
I think dads and I think sons should read the book too because I think when a son understands. Yeah, I know, it's bad color for a boy. But if his dad reads it, they'll understand more how a woman's body works,
Great advice.
what helps her do what she does. So there's less misunderstanding. And I think also boys understand that you can be really close friends with a girl and not necessarily have
to
sex
be.
with her.
Absolutely. Great
So-
advice. Well, Janine, Mary Jo, it was so nice to have you
Thank
both
you
here.
so much.
Congratulations
And thanks for
on
the
your
award.
book.
We are so
Absolutely.
honored.
Start talking. Great book and very important. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you very much.